Ramadan Mubarak, everyone. It's that time of the year, the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, the time where over 2 billion people in the world start their month of daily fasting. The fasting can take up to 20 plus hours depending on what country you're in. And did I mention you're not supposed to drink water? Yeah, it's pretty hard. So a question I often get asked is, hey, how do I keep training during Ramadan? Well, you've come to the right place. I'm Yad Muhammad, a Ramadan veteran. I have done multiple successful training cycles during Ramadan, including losing weight, gaining weight, and building strength. And I will do my best to make sure you can do the same. So, without any further ado, let's get started. One of the most important things in life, hydration. Especially when you're working out during Ramadan. How do we stay hydrated during Ramadan? It's rather simple. You can stay hydrated by 1. Drinking enough water, 2. By preventing excessive water loss. Now let's get started with that first point. What does enough even mean? To find out, use a water intake calculator. Like this one, for example. I weigh around 62 kilograms, work out about 60 minutes every day, so that's 3.4 liters? That's how many bottles? 7 bottles? 7 bottles. A lot of people underestimate how much water they should be getting. So how do we drink that much water? I immediately drink water with my meal. In fact, I drink water with every meal. It's a lot easier to drink water when you're eating, but what about in between meals? In that case, you want to get yourself a drink that's packed with electrolytes, like coconut water. Drinks like these are super hydrating. If you're hardcore, you can even consider getting oral rehydration solution, ORS. However, it's not the best taste. The second point, how do we prevent excessive water loss? A general rule of thumb is, if you can do something you want without sweating or at least reduce the amount of sweating, do it that way. This also means it's probably a good idea to reduce your cardio session if not completely eliminate them. If that's not possible because you're doing an endurance sport, then that's fine. But make sure to stay out of the sun. You want to avoid the sun when you're working out. Stay in the shades. Also, make sure to work out somewhere with climate control. A gym without air conditioning when it's hot is a terrible idea. And I'm not even sure if I should mention this, but please refrain from things such as the sauna. It's super dangerous. Eating enough. Eating enough can mean different things depending on your goal. Either way, you should be eating an equivalent amount of food during Ramadan as when you're not doing Ramadan. Nothing really changes except that you have a shorter amount of time to get that food in. Some of us are trying to gain weight, lose weight, or maintain weight. Here are some tips for every one of these goals. How to eat more. For those who want to know how to eat more because they're simply not eating enough or are trying to gain weight, here are some tips. Tip number 1. Eat small meals frequently. Many people make the mistake of breaking their fast with a big meal, making it impossible to eat more during the rest of the eating window. This isn't an effective way to eat enough. Instead, try to have multiple smaller meals during the eating window. Tip number 2. Your last meal should be your biggest meal. Yes, you should have frequent small meals, but the last one can be your biggest one since you're not having any meals after that. But please, make sure to not vomit. It happened to me and it is one of the worst things to happen during Ramadan. Tip number 3. Eat foods that have a high calorie to volume ratio. Some foods are just super low in calories no matter how much of it you eat. Take vegetables for example. You could eat a kilogram of lettuce and it would only amount to 140 calories. This is equivalent to 25 grams of almonds. So, instead, try to eat foods packed with calories like nuts and beans for example. And yeah, junk food is also packed with calories, but please don't overdo it. You don't want to miss out on essential nutrients or get too much sodium in. How to eat less. For those who want to lose weight and have trouble eating less, you basically have to do the opposite of what I just mentioned. Tip number 1. Eat 1 or 2 meals only. The biggest problem is people start snacking on nuts, fruits, and sweets, and that all adds up and makes you eventually gain a lot of weight. So, no snacking, only 1 or 2 meals. Tip number 2. Eat foods that have a low calorie to volume ratio. Remember when I showed you that 1 kilogram of lettuce has the same amount of calories as 25 grams of almonds? So try to eat foods like vegetables, oats, yogurt, soup, fish, chicken breast, potatoes, and try to avoid foods like nuts, peanut butter, fast food, cheese, and yes, sujuk. Tip number 3, the golden tip. Drink protein shakes if you're still struggling. Protein shakes are super satiating and super low in calories. It's a great tool to not feel any hunger anymore, making losing weight even easier. Besides, they will help you maintain muscle mass, which is super important. I also recommend drinking a casein protein shake before sleeping. Casein is a different kind of protein. It provides your body with a slow, steady release of amino acids, making it ideal before fasting situations such as sleep. Before we move on to the next part of this video, I want to talk about sleep. Sleep is one of the most underrated things when it comes to Ramadan, which is weird because it's just as important as working out, as staying hydrated, as eating enough. You can have the perfect diet, do the perfect training, staying super hydrated. None of that matters if you're not sleeping enough. So please, please, prioritize sleep accordingly. Okay, well, we can move on to the next part. Workout timing. A question that I often get asked is, when should I do my workout? There's no clear answer to this, it's really personal preference. So let me help you by giving you pros and cons of 3 options. Option 1, working out in the morning. The pro to this option is, in the morning you're probably full of energy and can do a good workout. The con to this option is some of us will feel too tired, dehydrated, and simply too hungry for the rest of the day. Option 2, training right before iftar. A nice pro to this option is you'll immediately be able to break your fast after your workout and start eating and drinking. A con, however, is some people can't do this. They feel too tired to have a workout when they're that deep in their fast, which, by the way, could be a sign of not eating and/or drinking enough. This option is my personal preference because I like working out on an empty stomach. I feel like I perform much better, and there's nothing more satisfying than having a great meal with a lot of water after your workout. Option 3, working out 1 or 2 hours after iftar. The pro to this option is you're not hungry anymore, you're probably hydrated, and you can drink some water during your workout. A con to this option is some of us are just simply too tired to work out after iftar. Another con for the people who are trying to gain weight is that you're now sacrificing valuable time that could be spent on eating on working out. So, if you're trying to gain weight, then this might not be the best option. Last but not least, eat nutritious. Our eating habits change completely during Ramadan. It's very easy to have a small variation of food where you miss out on a lot of essential things like fibers and vitamins. The best way to prevent that is to eat as closely as possible as you usually would when not fasting. However, I know this option is not very realistic. A lot of us are eating with family and just want to eat whatever is on the table, and I get that. For people like that who want to maintain a more flexible diet, just get some supplements like multivitamins, fish oil, and some fibers. The point of this part of the video is just to remind you that you're making a drastic change to your diet. And I just want you to be aware of that. And that's a wrap. It's a little bit past 1 a.m. I really wanted to finish this video before Ramadan began. And now it's the 2nd of April, 2022. So just like in the beginning of the video, Ramadan Mubarak. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, then please share with your friends and family. And remember, Ramadan is not only about working out and eating. There's so much more to it. So don't forget why you're doing this. And the reason why I have red lights is because I'm about to sleep and red lights are very pleasing for the eyes. Anyway, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Good luck with Ramadan. And goodbye.